start recording so we can let it begin to record at some point, maybe.
You know, every time we wait, it records immediately. And every time we don't wait, it doesn't record.
Yeah, that's why we wait. Because I'd rather have too much crap than not enough crap.
Good news, all we've got is crap.
Accurate.
It's crap the whole way down.
Everybody see my new shirt? This is my new shirt. Haley got me this shirt. Cap's wife, because
it's a pretty sweet shirt.
I didn't fall. Almost fell. It's soft Wookie something something gur. It's adorable. Okay, that's all I got. It takes effort to lean back like that.
And that's the show, folks.
Yep. Good night, everybody. This week in Magic News, Chewie got a new shirt that has Chewie on it. Thank you all so very much for listening.
That might be our most listened to show ever. It's 2 minutes long. It's the story of Chewie's shirt. That's it. Don't forget to join the Patreon.
Oh God. That is true.
Guys, no, that's fair, Al. A little harsh, but fair. I know you are, Chewie. I'm quite positive because I sent you links. But folks listening, if you're not familiar with MTG Remy on the YouTube, you should be. His stuff is hilarious. I hope that he's not a terrible person. I don't know him personally, but I enjoy his content. And the way 2020 goes, I'm sure any minute now, I'm going to find out he's a terrible person, and then I can't even enjoy that. So,
yeah.
Until I'm told otherwise, I've been enjoying MTG Remy's, in particular his parody songs, which I think are just great.
Fair enough.
Man, the sound in the distance of a horn is killing me. No, I'm becoming more convinced than ever that it's someone practicing a wind instrument somewhere.
A breakwind instrument? Fart joke. Look, we managed to do that when we were recording.
I was going to say, it's a recycled fart joke, though, from in between the odds and ends and now. So it just doesn't have the same power over me. I mean, this is not meow, 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 meow.
Cluze, you're different. It's bad.
So funny story about that. If I could I tell a funny story about that, or do we need to actually start the show?
Sure, why not? Go for it.
Okay, great. So earlier today, I was in my kitchen at home. It was before I came to work today, and I happened to be eating a cookie. And my wife wandered through the kitchen, and she gave me a big old hug. It was very sweet. But I was eating a cookie while she was hugging me, so my head was right next to her ear while I was chewing a cookie, and I felt really, really bad because it was just, crunch, 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 crunch. So a little while later, I was getting ready to leave. I'd gathered up my stuff, and I gave her a big old hug again. And this time I wasn't chewing on a cookie. And I'm like, see, it's much better now. You can practically hear my thoughts. And then I went, meow, 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 meow. And she thought that was hilarious because she knows the reference. And that's part of why I love her. So... See?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
It was great. It was great.
Oh, man.
Oh, I love my wife. She's the best.
I love your wife, too. Not in the same way. Because that would just be weird.
It would be, yeah.
I got to see Mom today wearing masks from 6 feet away.
Nice.
Yeah, it's great.
Well, I mean, it's better than not, right?
True, yeah.
Kind of.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Oh well. Okay, let's actually start the show.
Yeah, hey, this is a show about magic, or so I'm told. Not sure I believe it, but here we
Not
are.
so much, no. But all right, you ready?
Sure.
Okay, here we go. Ow, jam! Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Monday Night Magic here on twitch.tv/the Mana Pool. I'm Chewie. Hi. I'm the one with Chewie on my shirt. Also, it says Chewie right beneath me. And over there is Cluze.
Hey, what up, Twitch? It's your boy AA Ron here with Uncle Choo Choo to bring you the best magic news ever.
Oh, God.
Is that how we do this?
Don't ever do that.
I've been watching some things lately, and it seemed like what I'm supposed to do. I don't really know. We don't have the best magic content.
There is no best magic news, it turns out. That's not a thing anymore.
That's not.
All right. You might notice the lack of Squee, and that's because Squee has other stuff going on at the moment. He said he might join us later, but
Fingers crossed.
from what he said earlier, I'm going to guess that he's not going to join us later.
Yeah, I'm highly skeptical.
Yeah. So, it's just the two of us, you and I.
Getting closer all the time, every day. Damn, I don't remember that song well enough.
Oh, I don't know. I just know we can make it if we try.
It is you and I.
Yeah. Just the two of us. You and I. Now, I guess
now that we have a content ID strike.
Nah, not for my stilted delivery there. So let's get to it. First up, now this is old news because we haven't recorded in like 3 weeks because not enough news happens for us to record every week anymore, so we don't.
That's right.
We got our first look at the 2021 set roadmap. Now,
yes,
we all know that there are like 3 or 4 other things that are going to pop out that aren't on here. Because that's how Magic works these days. But, so right now we've got Zendikar Rising. Or very soon, anyway.
I think next weekend is this weekend is pre-release, question mark? I don't know. It's like any time now.
Yeah. The next set is Kaldheim, which is, I think, it's going to be the Magic equivalent of like a Norse world.
Yes.
So I can't wait to see all the ways they screw up that culture. I'm sorry, is that too bitter? Their track record for like, let's take this real world location and sort of transplant it into a fantasy world is just rife with, oh my god, can you do that?
No, I don't think that's quite fair. Most of it isn't like, oh god, what did you do cringy. Some of it's a little heavy-handed. Some of it's a little appropriation, but it's usually not like completely, oh god, what did you do? I'm going to put it at like a 6 on a 10-point scale of, 1 being this is fine and 10 being, dear Lord, why did you make this?
Fair enough. Although, like, I seem to remember Shivam saying that the word Kaladesh is straight up not cool. Although I can't find his tweet now as to what it actually means.
Really?
I think it was Shivam. He's the one who would, rant about that on Twitter that I would see.
Sure.
But anyway.
Well, anyway. Yeah.
So yeah, Kaldheim.
We've got the Viking, the Norse set coming.
Yeah. After that, it's Time Spiral Remastered, which
because
now
everyone was clamoring for that.
In the past, we had Tempest Remastered, which was only on Magic Online, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we had just recently Amonkhet Remastered, which was only on Arena, right?
Right.
And this is Time Spiral Remastered, which is gonna be in paper.
Because Why not?
Because heaven forbid we rebrand anything ever. But it's gonna be the draft set.
Ooh, the next one is going to be Kamigawa Remastered, and it's only going to be available in Magic Puzzle Quest.
I mean,
Because I think that's the thing that they made.
that is not outside. Well, they didn't make it, but
Well, okay, I think that's the thing that got made.
that is not outside the realm of possibility at this point.
Yeah.
Uh,
So Time Spiral, huh?
yeah, it's the draft innovation set. It's gonna have a bunch of cards from Time Spiral, a bunch of cards not from Time Spiral, and some cards are gonna have like original card frames and whatnot. I don't know.
You know,
We'll find out more as they tell us more.
I swear, and look, my memory's not what it used to be, okay? Let's just start there.
Let's be real, it never was.
I can't remember. um, don't you like that delivery? I thought that was really earnest.
That was pretty good, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. I swear I saw a talk once that was given by, I want to say it was Aaron Forsyth, and I think it was on one of the Magic cruises, where he talked about like set design. I don't want to say failures, but lessons from set design that they had made over the years. And one of the lessons that they had was from Time Spiral. And as I recall, the lesson was basically, no, just no. It was one of those things where they built a set that was essentially for super fans, but it didn't do well because like everyone who wasn't a super fan was just so confused because there was so much complexity in the set.
Yeah.
That it was such a terrible way to try and enter it, and that it took them years, literal years, to recover the trajectory of the player base because of Time Spiral.
Yeah, which is why this is not going to be a standard legal set. This is in the draft innovation slot.
I may be misremembering that, but I feel like they need to tread carefully with what they're doing here, and I think they are. That it's not going to be like a main set. And I mean, look, you need some sort of a cheat sheet or a cliff notes to figure out what sets actually go to what anymore.
Ooh, decoder ring. We can make decoder rings.
Wait, can we?
No.
Oh. Had that snatched away from me too. Anyway, it is the draft innovation set sometime between Q1 and Q2 of 2021.
Yeah.
So
the next
preview season for that should start tomorrow.
I think we have about a week.
Joke.
I think we have about a week before it starts.
Yeah.
Then we have the next standard legal set, Strixhaven School of Mages, which is right on time to capitalize on the popularity of Harry Potter.
Right. Yeah. There's nothing could go wrong with that.
Dude, you want to know what's really funny?
What's that?
Do you know what the most recent Hearthstone set was?
No, I don't.
It was Scholomance Academy, a magic school. Yeah,
okay.
That happens weirdly frequently. They're also at the same time that Innistrad came out, or the second Innistrad, the Return to Innistrad, whatever the hell it's called.
Sure.
The Witchwood came out, which was also the same thing, the same idea.
You know, they're both of their R&Ds are being influenced by the same things, right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and they're completely independent of each other because all of these things take years. Well, Magic especially takes years ahead of time from the first concept to printing. So it's not like they're like, hey, Hearthstone did pretty well with this new set. Maybe we could rip it off. It's not even temporally
that's
possible.
Literally not feasible.
Yeah. So, okay, moving on. Instead of a core set next year, we get the Dungeons & Dragons Adventures in the Forgotten Realms set, which is still going to be the core set. Like, it's there to pull in people who like D&D but not Magic, which is... It's probably going to be a better core set than the core set.
There's a chance of that, honestly. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm a man who loves core sets. I really do. But this is not a terrible idea.
No.
This is actually probably a really good idea. I mean, it's like you got all that lore from D&D that's like they're right like down the hall. Just go knock, see if there's anything you can use. Put it together.
MTG Dad said Minsk and boo. Go for the eyes, boo. I was bad at that game, but I loved it.
I don't get this reference.
Baldur's Gate.
Ah, okay, okay, all right. I forgot this reference.
Yeah, there was Minsk who had a miniature space hamster. He called him named Boo, and Minsk was kind of dumb, but he was convinced this hamster was actually a miniature giant space hamster.
Fair.
And one of his battle cries was "Go for the eyes, Boo," which always made me happy, which is why I always put him in my party.
Nice.
But anyway, after that, we get another not standard legal set in Modern Horizons 2.
Right.
Because, why not? The first one did such wonderful things for Modern.
Sorry.
Did you have something in your throat there, too?
I did. I
Hang
think
on,
it's the dust. I don't know.
There we go.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right.
I'm drinking a coconut pineapple sparkling ice, by the way. And that is a very strange flavor.
Awful.
It's not that bad, but...
Well, see, here's the thing. I don't really like coconut or pineapple. And I can't help
that's awful then.
That by their powers combined, it would be awful.
I don't even taste any pineapple. It's just
or
like
maybe
a liquid coconut. It's really weird.
Awful, which I'm also not fond of.
That would be what? I see what you did there.
There you go.
All right, and then for some reason we get two sets very near each other. I still am not clear on how this works.
I'm not either. I look forward to finding out how this works, but I don't quite understand.
Yeah. And honestly, the reason I don't understand is because I have done no research into it because it's a year away. I don't care that much right now. But it's Innistrad werewolves and then Innistrad vampires. These are apparently two full sets, meaning there will be 5 standard legal full sets to come out next year. But there was some discussion, I think, in the Manipool Discord server that said they were just going to move up the next one so that these two come out closer to each other, which leads me to believe that 5 sets is going to become the standard because every time WotC does something to try it, that becomes the way things work.
Well, it's basically, do we think we can sell 5 sets? And if the answer is yes, we'll do it.
Yeah. And, that's not even my current being down on Wizards of the Coast, for the last several months. That's just Wizards history. You remember when it went big... Excuse me, this coconut pineapple is tearing me up. You remember when it would go big set, small set, small set?
Yeah.
And then they started experimenting with, okay, we'll do big set, and then small set, and then big set. And now they're just all big sets. It eventually got to that point. Because they found out they liked that better and they could sell more. So... I really believe that eventually we're going to get to 5 standard sets a year.
To not be too cynical about that, I think that they had a history of making the whole big little or big little big or all that when they tried to tie themselves too closely to making big and little sets, there were some design issues that arose.
And quality issues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's better that they not, tie themselves too closely to that. But you know what this... Okay, Al, I'm going to return to your comment. I see it there stabbing me in the side like a thorn of some kind. I'm going to return to it in a minute, Al. I will. But for now, what this feels like to me, do you know the meme where it was originally a thing for an at-home taco kit that had both hard shell and soft shell tacos, and it's the little girl, and she goes, "Why not both?" I feel like this was one of those situations that they were like, "Okay, we want to return to Innistrad again because this is take 3, right?" Because
Yeah.
we had Innistrad, which was
Then we had
pretty awesome,
Shadows.
which was a whole block, and then we had the Shadows over Innistrad, which wasn't really a block but a set because they weren't doing blocks anymore, just sets, and we'll just stay where we are if we need to. Otherwise, we'll move on. Right? That's the thing that they're doing now.
Yeah.
And that one was, I don't want to say worse, but I do want to go Emrakul. Really? Anyway, I feel like they were like, okay, we're going back to Innistrad. And in a big design meeting, somebody's like, I think this time on Innistrad, we should really push the werewolves. And then somebody on the other side of the table went, you know what? We should instead really push the vampires. And somebody's like, okay, fine, time out. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to form 2 teams. You guys go dream up your vision for how werewolves will work. You guys dream up your vision for how vampires will work. We'll meet back here like next week. We'll have tacos because why not, for a meeting. And this is pre-COVID-19, of course. These things were planned a long time ago. And we'll pitch it and we'll see what we do. And then they came and the werewolf pitch happened and everyone went, ooh. And then the vampire pitch happened and everyone went, ooh. And then somebody at the far end of the table just went, why not both? And then they just made both sets. That they had enough design space in werewolves to make a set. They had enough design space in vampires to make a set. And so they just did it. What I'm a little worried about is that maybe it went another way. Let me just give you a different way.
Uh-oh.
What I'm a little worried about is that they had 2/3 of a set that was werewolves and 2/3 of a set that was vampires. And they're like, that's too much for a set. Let's break them into their individual pieces, but that neither piece is really worth the whole thing. It's just a thought. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen. I'm worried. I mean, the other thing I'm worried about is that they'll have more of those Voltron cards where it's like you flip them over and the back sides go together into a big super card, but like you'll have to get one half from the vampire set and one half from the werewolf set. And so you've got to collect them all. And then you've got to cut out box tops, well, specifically box toppers, and send them in. And once you've collected 10, you can send them in with a self-addressed stamped envelope, and they will send you Bosk, the bounty hunter from Star Wars. That's a reference that like 6 people get. But Chewie's apparently one of them, so I'm okay with it. Remember last time we recorded and I said this is why they keep me around because every now and then I break Chewie? This is it, okay? This is it.
Okay.
Anyway, earlier in the chat, Al brought up, but what if they're doing a new Phyrexia / Mirrodin Pure thing? Well, that thing I can only describe if I swear, and so I'm not gonna. But I will say, no. Al, no. That's a bad Al.
That is a bad Al. When we play Dota Underlords, he wins too much. So, bad Al. Bad.
I had a rolled up newspaper.
We need a nerf Al.
Yeah.
But according to this write-up here in .esports, so, who knows how clear and well-written this is, but it says it's returning with 2 unnamed sets. And that's literally all it says.
Wait, what?
Wait, they're unnamed. So it's not even Innistrad Werewolves and Innistrad Vampires. That's just...
Those are placeholders.
Those must be, placeholders.
Huh.
Well, that's awkward.
And wait a minute. How are we visiting 3 new planes next year? Are we arguing that Forgotten Realms is a new plane?
For Magic, it is totally a new plane, yeah.
okay, I guess technically true, except that, look, like half of. Like all the early expansions were really just what if D&D but on cards.
Yeah, but they made up their own worlds.
Yeah, okay. All right. All right. All right. Technically correct.
Yep.
Three new, despite the fact that Forgotten Realms has been around for checks watch my most of you, everyone who's listening, most of your life.
Yeah. All of some of your lives.
Yeah.
Uh, there's
Ask your parents about Thaco.
maybe don't ask your parents about Thaco.
Maybe that's a bad idea. That's probably a bad idea.
Put out some feelers if they played any advanced Dungeons and Dragons first.
Yeah.
Because if you just, Mom, what's a Thaco? You might have to go to a doctor.
Yeah. She may take away your internet.
Ooh, fate worse than death. I forgot what
And
I
yes,
was gonna say.
I remember
So.
a time before Thaco as well.
I do not. I've still never played any D&D, and I'm good with that.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, maybe they'll get you with a gateway drug come Q3 of 2021.
Yeah, I totally see that happening.
Oh yeah, man, me too. I am banking on it.
All right, so that's our roadmap for what's coming up next year.
Now, while we're here, can I pause for just a minute? Now that we have this roadmap,
Sure.
we poked some fun at some of the pieces of the roadmap. Um, this roadmap should excite me. Like, arguably, just on paper, if you just think about it, this should be exciting. We're finally getting a Norse set, which is pretty sweet. We're going to have a Harry Potter set, which is also pretty sweet. We're going to have doing the Dungeons and Dragons thing set, which is pretty sweet. We're going to have a Return to Innistrad, which is like, I'm going to say, is it my favorite plane? It might be my favorite plane, provided that we can get Soren back out of a wall and send him back where he belongs. But I'm just not. I'm just so overwhelmed right now. Like just with all the everything that I just can't find myself being excited for this. And I don't know if it's all the everything right now or if this is too much neat that's happened. Oh wait, Soren got out of the wall?
Well, yeah, he was in War of the Spark.
I wouldn't know. I'm sorry. I didn't read the War of the Spark novels and we didn't have the fiction on the internets. Which, by the way, we've got that back. The fiction on the internets. I don't think we even have an article. I don't think we have a news item about that, do we?
Wait, we do?
Yeah. They started posting fiction on the mothership again.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, there were like 2 last week. I think I didn't get a chance to read them because I was busy doing other stuff. But
Huh.
yeah, I think we've got microfiction back again or mini fiction. Correct me if I'm someone in the chat. Please back me up. Tell me I did not hallucinate that's really happening. I'd go and look for it right now, but unless you find it on the mothership the day it happened, you're probably not finding it again.
Ain't that the damn truth?
Every Wednesday and Friday. One day is the main story, the other one's a side story. Perfect. Yeah.
Well, how about
First
that?
story was good. I think the second story made some people go a little crazy. Like, good crazy or like, what the hell crazy?
Like problematic WotC crazy, or
Yeah. I mean, let's face facts. The best piece of fiction that they have ever put on the entire WotC of their storyline fiction that has ever happened was the one written by Matt Tabak about Fbolthub. And that's, like, it's not even close. Oh, they're retconning Jace again? Okay, never mind. Don't care. Something sneakers. Okay, let's move on.
wait a minute, is that where there was a? I saw something on Twitter last week, I think, about something being rewritten, like a piece of the article being rewritten to change its intent. I didn't realize that. I thought that was like an ebook or something. I didn't realize that
Did
was
we
an
go all
article
Mass
on the
Effect
website.
3 on it? Did they write a thing and then we all complained and then they rewrote the thing?
No, I think the thing that they changed it made it worse.
Well, that's about par for the course.
Yeah. Anyway.
All right, let's move on.
All right, let's move on. So, we have production updates about, Magic. Let's see. Due to production issues, some Zendikar Rising and Commander Legends products will experience delays at launch. Oh yeah, I forgot all about Commander Legends being a thing even. Because I actually don't remember anything about Commander Legends other than it's going to be the draftable... Wait, when does that happen? Now released November 20th. Okay, so that hasn't happened yet. We haven't gotten the full brunt of that. That's why I don't remember. I just remember the one Baron Singer card, and that was it.
And this is the one where you get giant packs and you draft 2 cards at a time to build a
to
deck
make commander
that
decks.
kind of follows Commander conventions.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, it says initial allocations of Zendikar Rising will be arriving in North America locations in 2 waves. The first wave will be for the intended launch date, September 25th. The second wave will be 7 to 10 days after that. So some stores will be getting less. Additionally, the Zendikar Rising bundles in North America and the Asia Pacific region will be delayed and will arrive in stores as soon as possible, though they are unlikely to be available at launch. So, I mean...
What exactly is a Zendikar Rising bundle?
Used to be known as a Fat Pack.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, they changed the name to bundle. And every time I see that, I have to go, is that the thing that used to be a Fat Pack? And someone goes,
and the answer is yes. Okay,
yeah.
Great.
But yeah, despite what the president of this country would like you to think, COVID-19 is still very much a thing and is still affecting production and transportation and all of that. That's what's going on here almost certainly. So this one is not a thing to get mad at WotC about. But it's also pushed back the release of the Commander Legends collector boosters. Oh, well, since only people with more money than sense are buying collector boosters, no one cares. And then Jumpstart, they're going to have updates on the shipments, and we'll share that information as soon as we're able. Because Jumpstart came out in a very limited quantity, and they're like, don't worry, this isn't super limited, we're going to get you more, and then more never showed.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But they're apparently working on it. So that's good.
All right, that is I really wanted to try out Jumpstart, so I'm glad that there's going to be more. I wish I knew more. I will know more when they tell us.
As soon as they're able.
When will then be now?
Later.
No. Soon.
Sooner or later. Anyway. Alright, so Zendikar Rising is a thing. Or will be very shortly. It's got... Let's take a look at the mechanics as per usual. We've got new double face cards. Modal double face cards.
Yeah, this is some stuff. And I mean that in a good way.
You're going to see as MDFC a lot, and I already hate it. Like, MDFC. I just hate that so much. I don't know why. Just whenever I see that written, I go, ugh. But they're cards that, when you play them, you choose what side you want to play. And these don't transform, or like the Planeswalkers, they don't exile and come back. They're just one or the other. And in Zendikar Rising, the backside of all of them is a land. So it's nice and simple. You either get the spell, or you get a land. And the lands come into play tapped and tap for the one color. Except for the mythic ones, those you can pay some life to have them untapped. That's the only difference. So, it's nice and simple. Which is good, because I'm pretty sure we're going to get more different modal double face cards in the future. Well, I know we are, because they said they're going to be in Kaldheim and in Strixhaven. So, it's good that they give us the simple ones first so we can get used to it, and then they ramp it up with more complicated things, like things that are maybe we'll get things that are spells on one side and creatures on the other, so then we'll all wish we were dead. But yeah, the backside of all of these, like I said, is a land. Nice and simple. No problem. Right, Cluze?
Yeah, I was just reading this paragraph here about the rules and how they apply. That while it's in your hand, your graveyard, or exile, it has the characteristics of its front face only.
Yep.
So if you're searching your library for a land card, you can't find a modal double-faced card whose front face isn't a land card. And that's interesting. Because I thought that for most things, our double-faced cards, you saw both sides if you were searching for it. I'd have to think about that.
Don't think that's right. No, I'm pretty sure
Is
you
that
only ever saw
wrong?
the front
You only
side.
ever saw the front side? Okay. All right. Well, then that's fine. It's not much of a change then. Okay.
At least I'm pretty sure.
I will note if you then scroll down just a little bit, I don't actually see. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that thing right there, the helper card.
Mm-hmm.
This is interesting because I had wondered how they were going to handle this. Were they going to have checklist cards? Because, anytime, okay, conceptually, I like the idea of double-faced cards, right? There's a lot of neat design space available with double-faced cards, particularly these MFD, MDFCs. Yes,
There we go.
Chewie loves this. These MDFCs, they have a really neat design space that they've got there. But if you're playing them in a tournament situation, you have to have opaque sleeves, because otherwise you can see the other face of the card, which is a problem.
Yep.
And this was a big problem back when we had our first sets of double-faced cards. I was judging back at the time, and man, were there a lot of game losses for people having marked cards because you could see through their sleeves, and that always bugged me, right? But what I was worried about here is that you're gonna be using that other face so often. I mean, maybe not all the time, but often enough that you're constantly going to be taking that thing in and out of the sleeve, which I don't know if you know, but as you put things in and out of sleeves, you tend to beat up the card, number one. And number two, it's pretty easy to make that sleeve marked because you've stretched it just a little bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, consequently, I was thinking, hey, are they going to have checklist cards that we could use instead? And they kind of are. And I see what they've done here, and I see why they've done it here, but I do have a problem with it. So what they have is these helper cards, which are essentially blank. They're formatted with an area for text and a couple of 2 spots for names or types where you can write some stuff out. Here's the problem. You're only supposed to write on them things that are on the card. As it clearly says here from the tallest man in Magic, Matt Tabak, you can't use helper cards to jot down sideboarding notes, recipes, or anything not found on the card. Have you met Magic players? I'm fairly certain that they're going to write all kinds of stuff on here. And that troubles me. I like the idea conceptually, but it troubles me. I also very much like the idea of spells that are a land on the back, because one of the biggest problems in Magic, I don't know if you know this, for those of you who have played Magic for years, I don't know if you've ever noticed this, but being mana flooded or mana screwed is pretty common, right? It's one of the, in one way it's a design feature of Magic, and in another way it's a design flaw of Magic. And the idea of having things that they're a land if you need them to be, and they're a spell if you don't need them to be, is really appealing, right? It wallpapers over a big flaw or a big hindrance, a big
There you go.
issue. Let's call it an issue.
We'll call it an issue.
Issue in Magic. And so that's neat.
Yeah, and they took that like 100% from Duel Masters.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's just how Duel Masters worked. Every card in your deck was a mana source or whatever it was called in that game, or a card in your deck.
Yeah, so that you could just go ahead and just play that card face down, and it now tapped for that color of resource.
Yeah.
Anyway, I overall like this version of dual faced cards. It still has a lot of the same baggage as the old ones, but it's nifty.
It is nifty.
Oh, and
Yeah. Oh.
electronically, oh, these are amazing.
Well, yeah.
Right, if you can just get rid of all of the tournament manipulation issues that would arise, they're
Yeah.
great.
And it's very clear that so many things, we've said it several times over the last year or so, that so many things they're doing design wise are just meant to be used electronically, and then they have to figure out how to make it work in paper.
Or at least were designed with the digital landscape in mind.
Yeah. Because in digital, this stuff is easy. It's like, okay, I want to play this. Well, you want it to be this or that. That. All right. And then you play it. There's none of this. Here's my helper card, and now I'm going to go over here. Okay, here's this card. There's none of that. That said, I do like the idea of the helper card. The fact that it says you can't use helper cards to jot down other things, like Clue said. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what's actually going to be on these, right? People are going to
Uh,
go, they're going to go get an altarist to draw things on there that shouldn't be on there.
yeah, yeah.
Like terrible, terrible things. Just saying.
It happens. All right, so next up we have Party, which this is going to come up again almost certainly in the D&D set,
Oh, yeah.
but it's your adventuring party. So there are 4 creature types that go to a party. There's the Clogue, the Raric, oh, the Warrior and the Wizard. Hey, look, those 2 work. The Mowage. The Cleric, the Rogue, the Warrior, and the Wizard.
Right.
And cards with... Oh, God. So abilities that care about creatures in your party are only looking for a number. It says between 0 and 4.
Right.
So, like, how many party members do you have? Well, I've got a Cleric and a Rogue and a Warrior. All right, so it's 3.
3.
And that's it. So, like, the Kabera Outrider here says... when it enters the battlefield, target creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn for each creature in your party. And it's a human warrior, so it's going to be 1. Because it's a warrior. But if you've also got a rogue and a wizard and a cleric, then it's going to be 4, and that's pretty good.
And I believe No Fair going, oh, well, I've got this one shapeshifter, so I've got 4, right?
Yeah, I think it says...
You got 1. Each creature you control can fill a maximum of 1 role.
Yeah, there it is,
now,
right there.
If you've got 4 shapeshifters,
then you're good.
Then I think you're okay.
Yeah. Because there are... Well, I think there's one on this page. Yeah, the Tajuru Paragon here, it says creature elf. But then below that, there's rules text that says it's also a cleric, rogue, warrior, and wizard. Because the green in this set is like the...
Swiss Army knife?
It's the, like in... Oh god, was it the early Gilligan's Island song where instead of naming off everyone, it went
rest?
and the rest? Yeah, green is and the rest.
Which, by the way, while we're here on the and the rest, can I just make a can I tangent for a moment?
Sure, why not?
Otherwise, you're gonna have to cut off my mic. So
I can do that.
Mystery Science Theater 3000, right?
Okay.
Okay, they had a Mystery Science Theater 3000, the movie, which was really good.
Right.
I felt it was, if you gave them a little more time, a little more money, I think they gave you a really nice polished product. The movie that they did in that was This Island Earth.
Yeah.
And in This Island Earth, the guy who played the professor on Gilligan's Island was in the film. And the first time he appears on screen, I can't remember if it was Tom Servo or Crow, but it was one of them who just said, "What's this and the rest crap?" And it is one of the finest jokes like ever done, in my opinion.
Oh man.
Goes by real fast, and if you don't know the Gilligan's Island reference, that the first season theme song didn't say the professor and Marianne, it just said and the rest. And so it's just gets me every time. Every time. Okay, back to the party.
All right, so back to the party. Yeah. So each creature can only count in one party slot. So the Tajuru Paragon is and the rest. It fills in your whatever hole you don't have filled. This is that.
Now, here's a question. Just a really fun question. I don't know. I don't know if it'll be true. Will it be the case that only non-human creatures are multi-classed in a nod to old school D&D?
I doubt it.
Because in original D&D, in like second edition, only non-humans could be multi-classed like that. You could be dual-classed as a human, but there you put down one class and picked up the other. You could never advance the old one anymore. But non-human creatures like elves could be multi-classed, where they were progressing all of their classes simultaneously. I mean, this is real obscure rules crap here.
I have not paid that much attention to the card image gallery to know that, but feel free to go look sometime.
Okay, fair.
There's also the full party thing, like Coveted Prize here. It says, search your library for a card, put it into your hand, and shuffle your library. If you have a full party, you may cast a spell with converted mana cost 4 or less from your hand without paying its mana cost. So if you've got all 4 rolls filled, you get a bonus.
Nifty.
So yeah. Pretty neat.
And pretty flavorful for the Adventure World set.
Yeah. Now, allies aren't back because allies were supposed to evoke the whole party thing in the originals. Because Zendikar was supposed to be like adventuring party thing. That was original Zendikar. But they didn't want to cross the streams back then, so they made up this whole other thing. And actually, Tazri, I think, there's a General Tazri, I think, is an ally commander, a legendary creature that cares about allies. And the new Tazri in this set cares about, it does something with cleric, rogue, warrior, wizard, or ally. So there's a nice little callback there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Okay, another mechanic. Kicker's back. We all know Kicker. If you don't know Kicker, hi, welcome to Magic. You chose a really weird time to start playing, but hello.
It's a very strange time, but look, we're glad you're here.
Yeah.
And how, if you're new to Magic, I have no idea how you found this podcast, but I'm going to guess your buddy who told you to listen to it hasn't actually played in years. That's my guess.
But Kicker is just the extra cost you can pay when you play the spell, and if so, it does extra things. Yeah. Now, oh, and Landfall is back because Zendikar.
Obviously, yeah.
Yeah. Now, it trips me out how people have been complaining.
Wait, what?
About, well, we went back to Zendikar, but there's no traps, and there's no quests, and there's no other obscure thing that was only in the first Zendikar, but not the second one, but it was fine, even though it wasn't in the second. I don't know. And
yeah,
what the hell, people?
Well, I think what they want is original Zendikar.
Clearly.
We had that product. It was original Zendikar.
Yeah, that's when Cluze started playing.
It was, in fact, when Cluze started playing.
Yeah.
And what we've got instead is this is a different set. It's called Zendikar Rising. And it does not have all of the pieces of original Zendikar. That is true.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
It is. It's fun. Like, for as much as I want to, like, hate on Wizards for things, there's plenty of things to hate on Wizards for. The Wizards actually did.
You don't need this one.
Not retreading literally everything from an old set is not one of them. Look, we got Party. which will almost certainly be back in the Dungeons and Dragons set,
I would be shocked if it is not.
and possibly before that.
For all I know, Shock will be back.
I would be shocked if something Shock Lightning Bolt.
Or at least a functional reprint of Shock.
I don't think they can do a functional reprint of Shock because of non-rotating formats. You can't give them too much burn.
Okay, that's fair. You're probably
Yeah.
right. It'll probably just be Shock.
But all right. The full card image gallery is out. As much as we joke about never-ending preview season, because it's never-ending preview season, this preview season was, like, from the time that official previews started until the full set was released, was like 10 days. All right. Like, we didn't do a Mana Pool episode about it because we were doing 600. And then the next week, the full set was out, and we were like, what?
Damn.
What?
I have only found one card with "and the rest," and it was just that elf.
Wait,
I've been
what?
scrolling through the. I've been scrolling through the card image gallery to find other things that have "and the rest." You know, cleric, warrior, rogue, wizard. There's just the one.
Really? I thought there were more.
I've only found the one. I mean, maybe I missed it, but I've really only found the one.
Well, I'll be damned.
Yeah,
Oh, well.
a paragon of the party.
Paragon of the rest.
That's right. And they also brought Tostitos and salsa to the party.
Ooh, I hope it's mango habanero salsa. But not mango habanero ice cream.
Oh, that's a callback.
Anyway, alright. Another product. The Zendikar Rising Commander decks. These are supposed to be, they're being marketed as, it says, on-ramps for newer players and introductions to the amazing world of Commander. So these are theoretically not supposed to be for your heavily entrenched Commander player. This is supposed to be like a, hey, come here, try this out, it's neat. And yeah, there's 2 of them. And there you go. Okay. We're not going to talk about them
Okay.
because they're just more Commander decks. So, go check them out if you like, or don't. It's fine. Right, Cluze?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm looking at some lands here, and I see a thing that they did, and this is neat.
What?
Well, they've got these lands that on the other side are lands.
Oh, you're in the card image gallery. Okay.
Yeah, I hadn't seen these.
What? Oh, yeah. Those are the. There's only 6 of them,
There's-
but yeah,
there's
those are
6 of
the.
them. Man, that's great. There's one that is green and white. That's nice. I like that. And one that's white and black. That's kind of cool. One that's dead to me. There's one that's red and green. That's nice. There's one that's red and white. Oh, there's one that's red and white. There we go. That's what you need. Oh, and then there's another one that's dead to me. Okay.
Oops. Yeah, Cluze is looking at.
Yeah, sorry. I'm just catching up on some of this stuff. I've been
is
kind of
looking
checked
at
out.
these right here, where
Yeah.
they're dual lands, but you pick which half you want when you cast them. Sorry, play them.
Yeah, and on the one hand, there's the selfish part of me that is like, oh, if only they had made these actual like forest plains so that you could search them with fetch lands. And then there's the other part of me that's like, oh, that would have been a terrible idea.
Yeah, and then there's the part of me that walks over to that second part of you, or first part of you, and slaps you upside the head.
Yeah. That first part, oh yeah.
So yeah, these are all pathways. There are 6 in here, and their other 4 will be in Kaldheim, I think, is what they said. Rosewater answered this question, but Rosewater answers a lot of questions that he probably shouldn't, so.
Yeah, that's fair.
But
these
the
are
reason that there are 6 is because they wanted all of the ones that were the colors for the party. So black, white, that's clerics.
Yeah.
Blue, black, I think that one is
Dead.
rogues. And black, white is going to be warriors. And then red, blue is probably wizards. Yeah. And then there were no green ones. And they said, oh, well, we'll add in a green one, but then that throws off the color balance. So they threw in 2 green ones. And that's the story.
And that's how we got 2 Innistrad sets.
Yes.
All right.
So, yeah, they didn't want to throw off the color balance, but they also wanted to have at least 1 green dual land, so they threw in 2, so there wasn't this weird out of kilter nonsense. Yep. All right, so that's that. I guess we're done with Zendikar Rising for the purposes of this show. Now,
Awesome.
on 601 of the Mana Pool, we talked about a whole bunch of cards, and then on 602, we're going to talk about a whole bunch more. So, you know, come hang out there. That's Thursday night on twitch.tv/the Mana Pool.
Right here on twitch.tv/the Mana Pool.
See? There's another secret layer, which has 5 cards from Zendikar.
Yeah, this is the one that they accidentally posted. They didn't mean to post it when they posted it, but
Which
they did.
Apparently, I forgot to open that link, but yeah, it was.
Yeah,
up.
it's fine.
This image was up on the secret layer site for like a hot minute, and then it got taken
long
down.
enough for somebody to get a screenshot.
Yeah.
And then it was taken down.
But yeah, so the cards in this one are Admonition Angel, Royal Elemental, Zulaport Cutthroat, Warren Instigator, and Avenger of Zendikar. And I think Stark in the Mana Pool Discord server pointed out that it looks like Warren Instigator was the only one that didn't get some new art. Now, I didn't go verify that, but that looks almost exactly like the original art.
It looks a lot like it, yeah.
And he would know. He's Cluze.
Yeah.
Are you looking up to see if
I'm
there's
going to
new
double
art?
check because, again,
Yeah.
my memory, it fails me.
I think it is different art now that I've opened this up, I've blown it up.
Not by much, man.
But it's very similar, but I think it is different, right?
It's a little bit different, but only in that, everything behind him is on fire, and it wasn't before. But otherwise, it's that same Warren. It's still Leroy Jenkins, and he's still running.
Whoops, that's different art. That's dual decks art. No one wants that crap. So let's see. That would be here. Oh yeah, that is. Wow, he's in the same pose, but he has slightly different items. And yeah, the background has changed, and he's wearing a slightly different outfit. But
let's call it a homage.
An homage.
Yeah.
Or, if you are bad at English, a homage.
A homage.
I actually heard someone say that recently, and I was like...
Yeah.
He was like, I didn't go to school because school's just a big facade.
Yeah, it is.
Anyway, so yeah, this will be up on the 25th, foil or non-foil, whatever, FOMO, 24 hours only, FOMO, buy it, you'll miss it forever,
Did you buy it now? You better buy it. It'll be gone.
So enough of that. Hey, look! More weird magic cross-brand synergy.
For a certain value of synergy.
Yeah. K-Swiss is releasing a Jace shoe.
All right, so a couple of things.
Is this going to be about the headline?
No, I got over that. That's
K-Swiss to release a Magic the Gathering shoe based on a beloved character in the game.
Look, words don't actually mean anything anymore. I've come to grips with that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. I didn't actually know that K-Swiss was still a thing.
I didn't either. I saw this and I went, was this an Onion article?
When I was a younger man, um, one of my early jobs when I was in high school, in fact, I sold shoes at a local place in my hometown. It wasn't like a big national chain; it was like a regional chain, and they were like a sportswear place. They had, clothing and shoes and boots and those sorts of things. So I sold shoes. And so I sold a lot of shoes in the time I was there, including a lot of K Swiss. But since then, I've mostly not really paid attention to shoes until I need a pair, and then I just go and buy a pair. And I did not know that K Swiss was still around
Mm-mm.
at all. Not a clue. But apparently, not only are they now have Jace shoes.
Yeah, but it's going to be a new iteration on the G-Stod 86 sneaker, and it's limited to just 300 pairs. FOMO, FOMO, FOMO.
And hey, it arrived on September the 1st at HasbroPulse.com. I'd better go there right now and see if I can secure a pair of these so that my feet burn themselves off.
Cluze, did you know that these glowed in the dark?
Oh, they're sold out. We missed out. We totally missed out. They have one review. They get 1 star. I cannot wait to read this 1 star review. Oh, this is perfect. This is perfect. This is a perfect example of why we should not let people review things. You ready? I'm going to read you this review.
Okay.
The reviewer's name has been omitted, but they are a verified reviewer according to this. I need 14s. I was so excited to get these, but I can't because the highest size is 13. Okay, that
1
it
out of
doesn't
5
actually
would not recommend.
it doesn't actually tell me anything about the shoe itself. Like, is it well made? Does it run true to size? Is it durable? Does it literally have a spike inside that drives itself through your heel, making you wince in pain at every moment while you step? It's like when you read the Amazon reviews of a product when what they're reviewing is Amazon, not the product.
Yeah.
Those are not helpful. Don't do that. Don't do that. But there is, just below that, other things I might like, including this My Little Pony crossover collection with the Power Rangers Morphin Pink Pony. So it's a My Little Pony dressed as a Power Ranger.
All right. On a shoe.
No, this is just the actual toy. It's not on a shoe.
Oh. Okay.
If you're listening to this podcast and you bought yourself a pair of these shoes, can you please take a picture of yourself in these shoes and send it to us?
Yes. At the Mana Pool.
Send it to us on Twitter
Yeah.
so I know who to block on Twitter.
Did you know these glow in the dark, Clues?
I did, and the glow in the dark is pretty sweet. I think that there should be more glow in the dark shoes, maybe even more like light up shoes. That'd be neat. I think it should be for more than just small children.
Yeah,
There are a
how
lot of
come
cool
kids
things.
get all the fun.
I was going to say there are a lot of cool things that they make for kids that we deserve those too, right? We have money. We could buy these things, but they won't let us have them. They won't let me have grown-up shoes that glow in the dark and have flashy bits on them. It's all shoes that are made of stuff that actually is useful. What's up with that?
Shifuji said, do you forget your job every time you wear them? Then it's a real Jace shoe.
Only if your job is holding together the entire like judicial structure of a world. Yes. Okay, what else we got?
All right. Well, there's nothing else but the Mythic Invitational that wrapped up yesterday.
Like
I
I
mean,
said,
today.
what
I
else
mean,
we got?
yesterday. So, before we get to the... No, we'll go ahead and to talk about it. So, the Mythic Invitational was historic. The format, not the adjective.
Sure.
And someone in the Discord server was like, "Did you see the top 8? It was a stacked top 8." I said it was an invitational. Any top 8 would have been a stacked top 8.
Fair.
This isn't like a GP. But yeah, the top 8 in no particular order was Luis Salvato, Seth Manfield, Gregor Kowalski, Ken Yukihiro, apparently relative newcomer, I think David Steinberg, is that his name? It just says
Daniel,
D.
but I may be wrong.
No,
I'm
it's
sorry
David,
if
yeah.
I am. It is David? Okay.
Matt Nass, Gabriel Nassif, and Luis Scott Vargas, which is in fact a stacked top 8, even among stacked top 8s.
Kinda is, yeah.
Yeah. And I actually watched the end of the final game of the finals. It was Seth Manfield taking down Gab Nassif in 2 games. And it was boring. But I also I hate Arena, so like
Yeah, I was gonna say to be
Like-
clear, Chewie hates Arena.
Cluze, not Cluze. Squee popped up in our Google chat and was like, "Hey, I turned on the invitational thing on my second monitor to see how it was, and watching Arena is really boring." And I went, "It can't be that bad." So I pulled it up, and I actually watched the entire end of the game, and I went, "No, he's right. That's awful." But that's probably more my fault than it is coverage. Because I just don't like Arena. But yeah, so Seth Manfield won. Congrats. They were playing Historic, so their deck lists literally don't matter.
That's fair.
There's lots of oh crap, what's Euro Titan of Nature's Wrath. Dude, Gab Nassif was playing main deck. Were they main deck? Nope, they're not main deck. But he was playing Active Treason.
Really?
Yeah, you know why?
No, why?
To steal Uro. Titan of Nature's Wrath. You know, that 3-mana 6/6?
No, actually, I don't. I'm
Oh.
sorry.
Well, if you scroll down and look at Seth Manfield's deck, it's right there.
All right, let me go look at Seth.
It's
Manfield's.
It's not really a 3-mana 6/6 because it has to escape in order to stay on the battlefield. So it's a 4-mana.
When it enters the battlefield,
6/6.
sacrifice it unless it escaped. Okay, fair. When it enters the battlefield or attacks, you gain 3 life and draw a card. Okay. You put a land card from your hand on, then you may put. Really?
Yeah. Then, not or.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay,
People have been
so-
complaining about this card still being legal in all these formats for quite a while.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's. So you got to get it into your graveyard somehow, and
Well,
that
I
may
mean,
be
you can cast it to
playing it and letting it get sacrificed.
Yeah, you cast it to gain 3 life and draw a card and accelerate you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So pay 3 mana, gain life, draw a card. Wait a minute. You mean to tell me for 3 mana, for 1, a green, and a blue, I gain 3 life, I draw a card, I accelerate by putting a land card from my hand, any land, from my hand onto the battlefield, not tapped.
Yeah.
For 3 mana.
Yeah.
And that puts it into the graveyard. And then in like 2 turns from now, I'm going to just escape it and have my 6/6.
Yeah.
How is this thing legal? Oh, it's blue. Never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, when I saw Active Treason in Gab Nassif's hand, my brain came to a screeching halt. It went, what? Someone put Threaten in an invitational deck in the finals? And then I looked, oh, Uro, right.
Was there actually a record scratch noise in your mind?
There was, yeah.
Yeah.
It was either that or it was glass shattering. I don't remember now because it was very loud.
Right.
But yeah, so okay, for the sake of why not, Manfield was playing Sultai midrange, Gab Nassif was playing Jund Sacrifice, LSV was playing a Rakdos Arcanist deck, Gregor Kowalski was playing Jund Citadel, David Steinberg. Sorry, Luis Salvato was playing Rakdos Arcanus. Did I say
Yeah, I
that?
was gonna say. You said LSV.
Oh, okay, my bad. Yeah, Luis Salvato was playing. Well, there's an S and then there's a V.
Yeah, no, I see how it happened.
Yeah.
I get it. Yeah.
Okay, so Salvato was playing Rakdos Arcanus. Gregor Kowalski, Jun Citadel. Steinberg and LSV were playing Jun Sacrifice. Ken Yukihiro playing Goblins. There was a lot of Goblins in this thing.
Oh, let's look at this.
Yeah. And then Matt Nass was playing a mono black gift deck. I figured Cluze was going to look at this. It's got Krenko. It's got Muxus. It's got Chieftain. It's got Matron. It's got Chain Whirler. It's got War Chief.
Oh, look at Muxus.
Incinerator.
Oh, look at that guy.
It's got Conspicuous Snoop, Wily Goblin, and Skirk Prospector.
Nice.
And Iron Crag Feet. What the hell is Iron Crag Feet for?
Huh.
I don't actually know. Ooh, and Phyrexian Tower.
Well, did you roll over Iron Crag feet?
Yeah, you had 7 red mana, but you can only cast 1 more spell this turn. I'm trying to figure out what...
Well, what does Muxus cost?
Oh, I completely forgot about Muxus.
Yeah. Did you not read Muxus? Look at this guy.
Yeah, like a long time ago.
Yeah. I like Muxus a lot.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I do.
Now, according to the flavor that someone said about it, apparently all of the goblins that you see here are Muxus, and they take turns being the one that's wearing the crown and riding.
Okay.
Yeah. I thought that was pretty funny.
That is funny. I like it.
So, all right. That's the top 8 of the Mythic Invitational, but there's so much more, because I watched the finals of the Invitational today. What is the name of this show?
Monday Night Magic.
And what's today?
Monday.
Yeah.
Night.
Because there was a problem. The Mythic Invitational, they were having serious technical difficulties, and they just couldn't stream the top 8 yesterday. Now, they managed, apparently, the first 2 days. I don't know what happened. But we're experiencing issues in sending signal from our main show switch out. From our main show switch out to transmission that are preventing us from broadcasting the show live. But because of time differences between players, they went ahead and started playing and recording matches, and they showed them today. So, yeah, their first big thing that they've done for a while. The Mythic Invitational, the first big hurrah for the historic format. And you can't even watch the end, so it sucks to be you. Like, really? But they kept, they kept pushing it back. I remember seeing tweets on Sunday that they're like, all right, it's going to get pushed back a little bit. We're ironing it out. We figured out what the problem is. We're working on it. I think whenever anyone says that, I think it's a lie.
MTG Dad, you're right. You're right. We should call them out for that. They originally blamed goblins, that goblins were the problem. That is wrong.
Yeah, what do goblins know about computers?
Gremlins are the problem, not goblins. Goblins are the solution. Also, I need them to print more Jumpstart so that we have more Muxus.
So that was a thing. Now, Paulo Vitor Damaderosa also had some things to say.
Oh, yeah.
This is, well, it starts off with that said, but this isn't a continuation of a thread. He was talking about how he finished and whatnot. He said, this tournament wasn't fun for me. 2 of my matches were decided by the Phyrexian Tower bug, where it just passes your turn automatically. They were round 1 of both days, and sort of put me on tilt for the rest of the tournament, which really soured my experience. So he's got a screenshot in here. He says, in this spot, I had plans to sack my Artisan, use Gate, and bring back Massacre Worm, killing 4 creatures. Instead, my turn just ended instantly the moment I played Fiend Artisan and I lost the game on the spot. And then he drops a bomb and says, in the future, I would like to see them making it a bigger priority to fix game-defining issues with the most played cards in the format before we have these big tournaments. And, like, where's the lie, right?
Yeah.
Like, they shouldn't have a tournament in a format where one of the most popular cards is broken. And I don't mean broken as in too powerful. Yeah. I mean broken as in breaks the game.
Yes, it doesn't function properly. Yeah.
So, yeah, that's bad. That's very bad.
Now, all that being said, I know that there were some mean things said of the coverage people and the folks working behind the scenes. I guarantee you this is not how they wanted it to go down.
Well, and no, obviously.
I guarantee you that they were doing all they could to make it not suck. But they are people too. Let's not be mean to them. Let's not be too mean to them. Let's be upset about the situation overall, sure. Let's complain about the situation overall, sure, but there's no reason to personally attack the individuals involved.
Yeah. It's fine to go, man, WotC, get your stuff together. It's another thing to go find a person that works for WotC and be like, you did this. Like, don't do that.
Don't do that.
But we're not done yet. I have another tweet here from one of the top 8 competitors, Gregor Kowalski, whose the tweet itself says, finally over. # Mythic Invitational. And he says, to be honest, it was the most miserable Sunday of my Magic life. Exactly the opposite feeling than what I expected from making top 8 of Mythic Invitational. Not being able to talk to my friends for a whole day about things that are the most important to me because of coverage reasons made me regret making top 8 in the first place. Because I'm sure they put everyone on a media blackout. They're like, do not tell anyone how you did. I know you've been updating everyone every round this whole time, but don't, because we're going to show it tomorrow. So he says, sorry to my fans who wanted to cheer for me and couldn't. Sorry for disappearing from social media and not updating you. Magic should be about fun, and this experience definitely wasn't. Let's hope the next tournament will be better. And that's just sad when he regrets making the top 8 because the top 8 sucks.
Yeah.
And it sounds like this is just because of the technical difficulties. So it's not just, well, we couldn't watch till tomorrow. It affected the players, too. So, yeah, it's a bummer all around. I'm just curious what happened to cause day 1 and 2 to work fine and Sunday to crap itself. The most important day as far as results.
I have a thought.
What's your thought?
The person who shall remain nameless, who was totally in charge of the technical aspects of coverage, they got those Jace shoes. And they put them on.
And they forgot how to do their job.
And they completely forgot how to do their job. So day 1 and 2 were fine because the shoes hadn't arrived. But they showed up late, day 2, and they're like, oh yeah, I'll wear those tomorrow. It'll be great. And they put them on. That was it. It's a good thing they glowed in the dark because
it's a bad beat.
That's where we all were. In the dark.
Oh, Lord. So, I guess we're done.
Yeah.
There's nothing else in the show notes. It's possible that we missed some stuff.
We probably did.
I asked the Discord server, and nobody gave me anything else, so... Random K-Ho threw 100 bits and said, is throwing bits how you prevent mid-roll ads in Twitch? No. It is not, but thank you for the bits.
Oh, and we'll miss you. Have a good evening.
So, I guess we're done. So hey, Cluze, you
Yeah.
wanna wrap us up?
Sure. I mean, first of all, I know Squee couldn't be here, but
I
Squee is a
hope he's
valuable.
not still working.
Yeah, but I'm afraid he is. I'm really
Yeah.
afraid he is. But Squee's awesome. You can find him on Twitter. He is Squee Goblin Nabob. There is no I in Goblin because it's working. Yeah, let's go with that.
We'll go with that.
But we do miss him. I'm sure he'll be back soon. So there's that. As for me, you can find me on the Twitters far more than I should be. I'm at Locluze, spelled just like it is in the show notes. The most important thing you can do is make sure that you are registered to vote and have a plan for how you're actually going to cast your vote this time around. So get on that. You still got time, but get on that.
Ooh, I actually got an absentee ballot thing in the mail today.
Nice.
An absentee ballot request form or whatever it's called.
Yeah, the form you have to fill out to get an absentee ballot.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of states are sending those out, which is nice.
Yeah.
Anyway, there you go. Be safe, be healthy, stay away from people, wear your mask. Don't go out to restaurants. Instead, call DoorDash. Chewie will bring you your food.
No, I won't.
Probably not. It's possible someone listening to this, Chewie will bring you your food, but statistically speaking, no, he won't.
Yeah, no. It was very nice today. My last delivery was in my own apartment complex, and I was like, if that's not a sign, I don't know
Nice.
what is. What sucks is when my first delivery is in my apartment complex, because then I drive by home and I go, oh, you have a question in the chat, Cluze.
There's apparently a judge question. Okay, bear in mind, I am no longer actually a certified judge, but I will do my best. What can I do for you?
So while they're typing, I will do the Patreon spiel. So hey, if you want to help support what I do with the podcasts and the streams and the YouTube videos and all that, then go to patreon.com/themanapool and you can sign up to be a lifeguard where you can get stuff. And
Wait.
one of the stuffs, what?
Apparently, one of the stuffs you can get is a Squee.
Are you serious? Did Squee show up?
Yeah, Squee just popped up.
Wait,
He's right there.
Is this video on?
Yeah, so I'm betting that like only part of me is in this frame anymore. No, I'm actually in the right place.
No, his video's
Yeah,
not.
it doesn't work that way anymore.
Oh, great.
Wait. Oh yeah, his video's not up.
Is it not up? I see me.
I don't see you when I go to Discord. Oh, there you are.
And on. Okay, off and on. There we go.
Da-da-da. Look at that, it's a Squee!
I'm here. Hi, everyone.
So, hey, Squee,
Yeah.
you want to wrap it up?
Yeah, sure, totally. So obviously, as Monday Night Magic is a massive, multi-million-dollar company with infinite budget, when we ran into technical difficulties, I actually recorded this entire episode yesterday, and you'll be able to listen to it tomorrow. I'm sure it'll be just as timely and intense, and you'll be able to follow every development in Twitch and on Twitter. And in no way, shape, or form will the episode be diminished.
Except that we were all ordered to not tweet about it until the show happened, yeah.
Yeah, but none of us were going to tweet anyway, so it's fine. I mean, it's all good.
I was. Damn.
Oh, okay, well, then you better follow those rules then, buddy. Embargo. Yeah, I have no idea what happened this week in Magic. So, awesome. Probably for the best. Woo, I survived. So are we actually doing sign-outs, or was that a joke?
No, I was actually about to read off the
nice.
Patreon list. Yeah.
Excellent. Cool.
Did you just stop working?
Effectively.
Oh.
Return from week of vacation. Woo!
For anyone listening, it is currently right at 10:40 Squee time.
Yeah.
So,
It's fine. It's all good.
All right, then. Well, I will continue the
Yeah, go ahead.
sponsorship shout out to all of our mythic lifeguards, and they are, in whatever order this is, ALK Alters, Backwards Logic, Connor Kennedy, Jason Doan, Danny Liao, Gothic Man, Jeff Spencer, Casey, Cody Buckowing, Aleph Cat, Lance Delicious, Hang on, I scrolled too far. Andrew Hunt, John Morris, Jason Kaus, The Beast Father, Aaron Goodwine, PJ McMullen, Timu Hellas Haryu. I really wish he'd let me say his handle instead of his name. Beardy Man, Jake Jansons, John Parker, Scuzzo, Kim Ho, and Al. Yay. So, rules question. And thank you for the bits, Zukalu. Or whatever.
I'm working on this. So the judge question that has been proposed here is, if you mutate onto a token created by fairy artisans, will the token still go away? Wow, this is rough. I think the answer is yes. I think the token still goes away. So Fairy Artisan says, whenever a non-token creature enters the battlefield under an opponent's control, create a token that's a copy of that creature except it's an artifact in addition to its other types. Then exile all other tokens created with Fairy Artisans. Okay.
Yeah, mutate's not a new permanent. It's still the same thing.
It's still the same permanent.
You're just adding things to it.
Mutated, you would be adding things to it. And I think that triggered ability still sees it and goes, that thing goes away.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure, but it no longer. It doesn't matter that it's a token. What matters is that it was a token, if that makes sense. It's not its tokenness that's the issue.
Yeah, when it says
it was created by fairy artisans.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
But again, I'm no longer. This is not legal advice. Okay, consult your own tax professional before something investing something. I do not know. I think it would go away though.
Yeah.
Players are fun.
Yeah, this is where you go to Twitter and poke an actual current Magic judge who is judging when mutate was in standard, unlike Cluze, who's doing this on the fly.
Yeah. I had to actually go look up the rules for mutate, and I'm still.
Yeah, if you want to guarantee that you will get a bunch of responses, just say what it does.
Yeah, say it wrong.
And watch the reactions.
Yeah.
And then find the person who seems the most reasonable. They might be the right one. At least the most respectable and entitled, because everyone will have an opinion on how this works, including one guy who's going to promise that doubling season matters. Out of nowhere. That's what they do.
Yeah. So, okay then. Yeah. So, by the way, you remember I brought up all the streams and podcasts and stuff? Every Saturday, if you have Amazon Prime, then every Saturday here on twitch.tv/themanapool, Saturday night, we do a watch party where we watch 2 movies. Last week, we did a comedy murder mystery rewatch. We watched Clue again, which was the very first movie I ever did a watch party for, and then Knives Out, which is one of the best movies I ever did a watch party for. And we watched them back to back the way the little baby Jesus intended. Cause doesn't that sound like the perfect double feature? It was. Spoilers. It was awesome.
Yeah, you get like 4 endings that way. That's great.
Yeah. But it was good. And next week the plan is, because I didn't feel like thinking, we're gonna watch Addams Family and Addams Family Values. If they're both still on Prime by this Saturday, who knows?
Which, who knows?
Stuff jumps on and off of Prime just willy-nilly, it seems. So yeah, that's the plan. So if you like the Addams Family movies, and who doesn't, then come hang out and watch them with us. It's a lot of fun. I'm gonna see if I can get someone to join me again. I had Steph on for Clue and Knives Out, because she'd seen and loves Clue, and she'd never seen Knives Out, so it was awesome.
Yeah, I only recently saw Knives Out for the first time myself, and it's very good. If you're putting it off, don't put it off. Go watch it.
and then give it like a week and watch it again. Like, it gets better. Cluze, you should watch it again.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'll bet it is. I'll bet it is better. Sorry, I just happened to glance over at another tab where I have Twitter open, and
Well, there's your problem.
Well, Chris Evans just tweeted, "Now that I have your attention, vote November the 3rd." Which, if you haven't been keeping up with that, that is really funny.
That is great. All right, then. So, Squee, anything to add to the proceedings before we wrap it up?
I've been watching Lovecraft Country, and it's really good, but be aware that it has all kinds of content appropriate to something called Lovecraft Country. There you have it. That was my quick takeaway.
So does that mean, because Lovecraft, that mean, like, racism?
Racism is a key theme of this series.
That's what I thought, yeah.
Yeah.
That's on HBO, right?
It is.
Yeah, that's why I'm not watching it.
No, yeah. It'll be worth your time to watch whenever it floats around to something else. But it's very good.
Good to know. All right, then. Well, I guess while we're on things, I finished She-Ra. That was awesome. I highly recommend everyone watch She-Ra. Cluze, have you watched She-Ra? You were looking for something that's 30 minutes
I have
and light.
not. Yeah, that is actually not a bad idea.
Yeah, it was really good. But it's still a cartoon, so it's like you can watch it like only half paying attention, and you'll still find yourself caught, sucked in, and staring at the screen, and then occasionally crying.
Fair.
Yeah, it's really good. I just started Korra again. Like, I watched the first season years and years ago.
Excellent choice.
And then I made it, I think, 2, maybe 3 episodes into the second season and lost interest.
Oh, that's not an excellent choice.
Yeah, so well, now that it's on Netflix, I'm just going to watch it all again, so.
Yeah.
Because I finished Avatar a few months ago, or 6 months ago, or a year. I don't know. Time doesn't matter anymore. So.
That's accurate.
And I've been playing a lot of Dota Underlords. You should come play with me when I stream it. If you play Dota Underlords. And if not, you should consider playing Dota Underlords. It's a good game. And it's free. Just go get it. Just download it. It's on the phone. It's on the Steam. Oh my god, it's a win-win. Yeah, that's all I got.
Nice.
So, yeah. I guess we'll be done with, what is this, 697. See, and you'll notice that I jumped to this screen, and it still says 697 down there, because I set them both up, because I was expecting Squee to show up at some point.
Me too!
And he did. See, look, there he is. Yay.
We got there.
Squee is our and the rest this episode.
He is.
Da-da-da.
So, this has been Monday Night Magic number 697. Thank you all so very much for joining us, and I still hate Arena.